So this is going to be part 9 with Leticia Collins. And I didn't even think I was going to be doing a video yet about her. But it's clear that she is out of the hospital, and it's pretty clear, at least in my opinion, that she had a 72-hour hold put on her because of her, quote, attempt. Because of the timing, right? Because if you look at it, it comes up to about 72 hours. She was released yesterday. So if you go back to where she did her attempt and then yesterday, it comes up to about 72 hours. So that's, pretty much the norm for an attempt. Or when, you make a threat on your life or whatever. And again, in my opinion, she did this to get out of going to court. And I do believe I am absolutely right. And she did not go to court. I did see the paperwork, her court paperwork. There is a active warrant out now for her arrest. And the court date is rescheduled, or it's set for January. Now it's asking for her bondsman, because she had a bondsman. It's asking for them to be at this court date. So I don't know what all that means. Okay, I've never been in trouble with the law, so I've never bailed anybody out of jail. Where I have to take that back. I did bail my second ex out of jail for having a fight with my first ex, but my first ex was stalking me. And they arrested my second ex, but the bail wasn't high. I didn't go through a bondsman. So anyways, it was a total different scenario, but I don't know how it works with like a bondsman or anything like that. So the court date is like in January. So now you have the bondsman that she used. I mean, she definitely is a flight risk, okay? She is not going to go. She's not going to go to jail. That she's made that clear. Her mother has put up the money, bondsmen's, they put up the rest. I think you got to put up, 10%, and then they guarantee the rest, or they guarantee the person. So anyways, she's got 2 different people that will be in trouble, or 2 different people that, like her mother and the bondsman or whatever, the company, that are guaranteeing that she'll be at a court date that she's not going to go to. But it does also say in that paperwork that she is in treatment for her wart. Now, I wasn't sure how this was going to play out because, if you're in the hospital, you cannot, you can't be at court. I didn't know if they would excuse that or not and just make, reset and, not issue a warrant on somebody. Now, she said there was a warrant out to begin with on her because of them wanting to revoke her release. Now, it looks like to me that they just put a warrant out on her for not showing up. I don't know. But it's hard to tell with Leticia. We are only hearing the one side, and I did not see any type of warrant on her beforehand. So it's hard to tell. It really is. But in this paperwork, there is now a bench warrant out for her for not showing up. So, yes, they did have to reset it, but it states in there that she is in treatment. So, somebody did notify them. Did Leticia herself notify the courts that, she's in treatment? I mean, she was okay to talk on camera. So, did she notify, hey, I'm in the hospital, I can't be there? In my opinion, she did. She notified them herself. Um, I don't think her family did. I don't think her mother did, her brother. I don't know if the hospital can, maybe a caseworker could have, but just in my opinion, Leticia herself did. So the courts knew, in my opinion, where she's at. They know where she's at, because I'm sure that they would want to verify that. Okay, if you're in treatment, where are you? Are they allowed to know because of HIPAA and all that good stuff? Well, I think that kind of, when there is an active warrant out for you, or you have to be at court and all that good stuff, I'm not sure. I can't answer that honestly when it comes to HIPAA, and if there's a warrant out for you, or if you have to be at court, if you are trying to give them a good reason on why you're not going to be there, if you have to disclose that information. I'm going to say they knew. Okay, that's just my opinion. They knew exactly where she was at. And I am believing that, she had to tell them where she was at. I believe, again, in my opinion, that the courts did know that she was at this place. And I believe also that Leticia knew that after 72 hours, she was going to be getting out, because she was going to play the game. And by playing the game, even these mental hospitals, or these units, or these places, it might have just been the place, right there in the hospital itself, not, set off somewhere else, because they do have places right in the hospital, in a lot of hospitals. Or it could have been, just, I don't know. It doesn't have to be where they sent her off somewhere. It could have been right there in the hospital. They do have, where they can watch you in the hospital. So it just depends on the hospital. I'm just going to put it that way, okay? So she could have been telling them, I am fine now. She could, I mean, again, this is not her first rodeo. She has been in the hospitals before. She has self-harmed before. She has been in psych units before. She knows how to play these people. We have seen her go from 0 to 100 to 100 back to 0 many, many times with her manipulations. So she could have, after knowing that the 72 hours was up, told these medical professionals, and even though they are trained, right? They are trained. If she is telling them, I'm fine, I'm not going to self-harm, I'm pregnant, that is a good excuse to use to be hormonal. Yes, I do have mental issues, but I'm pregnant and I'm hormonal. I'm on my own. I'm homeless. I don't have resources. That's another good excuse to be over the edge, is not knowing what your future is without having a home. More so than someone that does. I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm just going through a lot right now. They're not going to hold her, okay? If she doesn't want to continue treatment, they are not going to hold her. And you don't have family that is saying, hey, you need to hold this person because you don't get how bad she is. You do not get what we have to live through and what we have been living through for years. She has got some serious issues. You don't have anybody that cares about her enough to push this issue and maybe get her involuntarily committed. Okay. And they need those beds just like, any other unit or any other, hospital or whatever. So they're going to let her out because, she's a good actress too. Again, not saying she doesn't have mental health issues. That is clear. So in my opinion, she just wanted to make sure that she had that 48 to 72 hour hold put on her so she could miss that court date, right? And it get rescheduled. I don't think she already thought she had a warrant out, so that was no big deal. But she wanted to make sure that she had a good excuse to miss that court date. And what better way, right? She was out of all options. And it kind of worked. They did reschedule. There is a warrant out for her, but she already thought there was. And there might have been. There might have been. I'm just saying now it is showing, on the paperwork that they did issue a warrant. But once again, she's out on the streets. Okay? Now, she did write on her YouTube, on her wall, the first that I seen that she was out on the streets again, was she wrote in the comment section, "I'm out of the hospital." So, there you go. Now, is the hospital aware of the attempts that she has made? Well, not attempts, but what she has talked about on all the videos about this baby and what she said she was going to do to this baby. Are they aware? Don't know. Have no clue. Or, some people are really, I'm sure, shaking their heads and saying, why did they not keep her? Why did they not keep her until this baby is born? Well, if she is due in a month, we don't really know. She might be due in a couple of weeks. We have no clue. With Leticia, it's hard to tell when she's actually due. Even though you see paperwork from her, it's hard to tell when she's really due. Because she could have told the doctor or, the clinic or whatever it was, anything, right, to fit her narrative on, when her due date is. She doesn't care about this baby. She doesn't. So, she's not really doing much of prenatal care, smoking all this pot, taking these pills, getting upset like she is. That's not good for the baby. Stress isn't good for the baby. We all know this. It's common sense. She's been pregnant before. But can they hold her? Like I said, that could be a long time if she's not due, for a month because of things that come out of her mouth and a few things that she has done. I don't think they can. I don't think they can involuntarily hold her, and that is going to cost, and I know it comes down to money. That will cost a lot of money for them, for the insurance. Everything has to be pre-approved normally or be approved through insurance. And unfortunately, the insurance company might not be willing to pay that until the baby's born. And again, it might go against her constitutional right if she does not want to be held against her will. And yes, a lot of the things that she says and does is bizarre. And And I said before, and I kind of, sometimes I already said things are on the tip of my tongue, or, I try to say things and I talk in circles, or it just doesn't come out right, and it is the Topamax, and I do apologize. When I said that it's not illegal to kill yourself, of course you're gone. So it's not illegal to attempt to unlive yourself. Okay, that's what I really meant to say, because of course once you're gone, right? So there's not going to be any type of repercussion, or any type of getting it. You're not going to have get into trouble for anything. My dogs are all over the speaker again. I do apologize. Um, you're not going. There's not going to. Nothing's going to happen to you. Okay. Criminally, if you try to self-harm, it's just not going to happen, because it's not against the law. That's what I meant to say on my last video. It kind of came out wrong, and it still came out wrong. I do apologize. So, but now there's a baby involved. She's pregnant. But, I'm not sure still what the laws are. Now, we do know that if a baby is born addicted, they could take the baby away, and most of the, a lot of times they do. Not, I can't say all the time, because they will try to reunite a baby with the birth mother. Take classes, do this and do that. They don't automatically, they will at first, but they don't automatically terminate your rights from babies that are born to addicted moms if the moms still want the baby. But, with the laws with abortion, I know they've changed, and I said that in one of my last videos. But the baby's not born yet. I know it's viable if it, came out of the womb now, but I'm not sure what the laws would be if she did something to, hurt her baby now. I don't know. I don't know what the laws are there in Arkansas, so I'm not sure what they can do. But it's aggravating. It is so aggravating, because they aren't doing anything, knowing that she keeps making the threats that she is making. And she's doing it again, and she's out. She's absolutely doing, she's making threats on the baby again. And she's making, well, let me take that back. I haven't heard her make a threat on the baby, but she has absolutely made a threat on her life again, which in return would take the baby's life. Okay? And we'll get to that in a minute. So, the system is broken. Okay? I do believe that she told them, she was acting, I'm fine, I'm not going to do anything to myself. I'm not like that anymore. I know I have these attempts behind my belt. I know that I've done this in the past, but, I'm hormonal, I'm homeless. She told him I have trouble with the law. I got to deal with that too. I need to get out so that I can deal with that. And we see how she sweet talks, right? She'll be real nasty when she's talking on the camera to all of us, right? And then like when the nurse would come in or whatever, and then she's like, hello, thank you. You see the acting, right? And I can guarantee you that's exactly what she did, okay, after that 72 hours. She didn't need the help anymore. Now, somehow, some way, Leticia was able to get her car. Yes. Don't know if she called her mother, I doubt it, she called her brother, who knows, maybe, but she was able to get what she said she was an hour away to begin with. When she was doing her other videos, she was able to get her car. She might have took a bus. I don't know. The last time she says she was completely out of money. So maybe she did call her mother and her mother came and got her. I have no clue, but she was able to get her car. And let's say that, she didn't call her mother. She would have probably got the stuff in the house as well. And her mother, she didn't call law enforcement and say, hey, Leticia is here. She's getting her stuff. Come and get her. Because we know that she's seen the video of her daughter trying to harm the baby and harm herself. We know this because she says that, she said that she has watched the videos. So she did not inform them, hey, please come and get her. Because if you hold her in jail, now I don't know if they pick her up, if they will hold her until this court date in January. I have no idea if that's how it's going to work. I doubt it. They're going to release her on bail again because she is a flight risk. So maybe that's why they put it out until January. I don't know. Maybe the court system's busy. Maybe they were thinking in their minds, this will be after the baby's born and this is closest or the soonest we can have the court date. Who knows? But her mother did not call. Her mother did not call. I'm sure that Leticia did get her stuff that was in the house. I'm sure she didn't leave it behind. Now, she could have, I don't want to say 100% sure she didn't, but I'm sure, Leticia doesn't leave her keys in the car, right? She would have had to have came in the house. So I'm just guessing that her mom came and got her because Leticia didn't have any money. I don't know. Is bus lines, are they free? I don't know. Could be. I don't know. But I think Leticia's mom could have done a little bit more when she showed up, called the police and said, hey, you need to come. There's a warrant out for her arrest. And she is already, she was in the hospital trying to harm the baby. The best thing for her to do is to be in jail so she doesn't hurt herself or this baby again, because it will happen again. It will. And I don't want to see any harm come to my grandchild or my daughter. But she didn't. No one did. I think a lot of people are scared of her. Or, maybe they just really don't care that much. So, anyways, Leticia, this is also in my opinion, I believe that she might be on a timeout on YouTube because she's not posting anything on YouTube, video wise. I don't know. That's just my guess, but she was on Instagram. Now, I don't have an Instagram account. I heard that she posted something on Instagram. So, someone in my household has an Instagram account. I'm not messing with, I don't have a TikTok, Instagram. I mean, Facebook and YouTube is enough because I'm very active on my Facebook. So, I did watch her Instagram video. She did put a video out there and she is sitting in her car. So, she doesn't talk about the court date or anything like that or missing it or nothing. She is talking about, guess what? Pot. She wants pot, guys. Pot. Give her pot. That's all she wants. She wants her pot. She needs to get high. She is losing it. She's slapping herself in the face, not hard. Just, she doesn't understand why this is happening to her again. And she just needs to smoke her pot. She needs a safe place to go, to stay. And she is very unhinged. I mean, in my opinion, more so in this video than other videos, okay? She is very unhinged. And she talks about Jason again, and this is the first time I've ever heard her say this. She said that supposedly he was snip snip, which means vasectomy, okay? And she's like, well, apparently he didn't have one because I'm pregnant. So this makes me wonder, did he tell her the entire time that she didn't have to worry about a pregnancy because he had a vasectomy? Now, we do know that, you know, nothing is 100%, even, you know, if you get your tubes tied, you know, or a vasectomy, there is that slim chance, I mean, it's happened, that you can get pregnant. It's happened when you had your tubes tied that you can get pregnant. But the chances aren't high. You know, they're not high. There's still that chance. But something tells me that he told her, and maybe that's why he ghosted her like he did after she told him, I'm pregnant. Okay? He ghosted her that week to begin with because she was acting all crazy and possessive, and she was acting, you know, really bizarre to him, and he already said, I want nothing to do with you. And then she said, I'm gonna do these rape charges on you if you don't contact me. And then that's when he really was ghosting her. And then, you know, she says she's pregnant. So in my opinion, this is the first time that I have heard about this snip snip, okay? I have to admit, I haven't watched all her videos, not every single one of them. I am going to be, you know, while I'm doing housework, I've watched quite a few, ones I haven't even talked about. But when I am doing things around the house or whatever, I am going to be listening a little bit more to some of her videos to kind of pick up on some things. But I have not heard her ever mention until this Instagram one about him having a vasectomy. And that's exactly what she was meaning by snip snip. Okay? So, again, in my opinion, I think he told her from the jump that he had a vasectomy, because she already put out there that he had other kids. And then I'm thinking, you know, his age, that might have been something he told her. And she's still not having it. She is not having it. This is his baby no matter what. No matter how many other men that she was with in that short period of time, this is his child. She is fixed on him. Another thing I picked up is, while she's parked wherever she's parked, she is talking about all these military men around, walking around, and then she says some disgusting things. You know, their D can fall off, rot off, or whatever. She's, again, in my opinion, obsessed with military men, okay? Whether it be for their benefits, their status, or whatever. I mean, she might talk the most disgusting, heinous things about them, but I think that's what she was seeking out on these dating websites, was the military men, for the reasons I've stated before. A relationship, a marriage, maybe trying for a baby, to maybe trap them. In my opinion, I think she trapped her first husband because she got pregnant, then she got married. Maybe that's the way that she works. I don't know. But she's really coming unglued on this video, saying, you know, she went and got her vehicle. She was yelling about the gas in the vehicle. She's only got a quarter tank of gas, no money. She just needs pot. She even said, you know, the father of this baby needs to get me pot. Y'all need to get me pot. I just need my pot. I need my medicine. I'll be fine if I just had my medicine. She's really wigging out. I don't know what to do. I only got a quarter tank of gas. Um, and then she says, you know, if I don't get my marijuana tonight, I am just going to unlive myself again. I'm going to make an attempt again tonight. She says it again. Okay? So, why nobody is doing anything? I have no answers. She even said that she will trade her. She'll give her anybody out there that's listening a piece of ass for some pot. Okay, she goes, I know, ooh, gross, but even on her Facebook, she made a post about pot, and she's like, hit me up in Messenger and let's make a deal on trade. She's got nothing to offer up but her body. She doesn't care about herself. She doesn't care about this baby. Any stranger that's willing to sell her pot for, well, basically trade, okay? It's trade. She will do it for that high, okay? She says it's for her mental health now. She hasn't had any pot in 3 days, all right? But she needs that high. She needs it. And she is willing to do anything for it. That's an addiction. Well, I don't know. There's studies out there that says that you cannot be addicted to marijuana. It's more of a mental thing. It's not like, you know, heroin or coke or, you know, even cigarettes or anything like that, that you can't be physically addicted to marijuana. It's more of a mental thing. So I don't know, but in her mind, she cannot function unless she is high. And so anyways, she's willing to sleep with somebody just to get a joint, you know, just to get high. So I'm going to end it on this. And I know I left a lot out, but I just wanted to do an update. And I am going to, you know, I thought I was going to be able to take a little break here on Leticia. But I'm going to watch some of the other videos. And we are going to talk more on her. I'm going to do some other things, other videos that I wanted to do where I will be taking a break on her unless, you know, she starts doing more videos, and then we'll discuss them. But I'll discuss some of the videos she's done in the past. I don't know, maybe you'll shed some light, because I do want to talk about some mental health. I really do. But something needs to be done, okay? Why are they not doing anything? That is my question. I am so infuriated that, and I said it before, they knew where she was. In my opinion, they absolutely knew where she was. And they probably knew that she was only going to have a 72-hour hold. Now, why weren't they there to pick her up when she was released? And I'm sure that even with the HIPAA, when you have an active warrant, that kind of bypasses, you know, with the HIPAA, okay? Because you have a lot of inmates that go into the hospital, right? And you have a police officer that has to be in the room at all times. When an inmate's in the hospital, it kind of violates, you know, HIPAA a little bit, because there's an officer in the room at all times when a doctor's in there. They don't make, and they won't allow the police officer to leave when the doctor's talking to their patient, right? So you kind of lose a little bit of that HIPAA when all this is involved. So why weren't they there to pick her up, to protect this baby, if nothing else? Or can they not do that because this baby is still in the womb? I don't know. But like I said before, they still could have picked her up, even if it's okay, the baby's still in the womb. We can still do something. We have an active warrant, so we're going to be there. We're going to pick her up. We're going to make sure that her butt is in jail, because I don't think there's going to be a bond. And she's going to be in jail probably until this baby's born. So that at least is going to protect this baby until it's born. So she's going to have this baby in jail. So, well, actually in the hospital. But when you're in jail and you go into labor, they take you to the hospital and you're in handcuffs while you're in labor. So she can't go nowhere. She has no choice. Right? So they would have been able to protect, and they would have been able to protect Leticia pretty much from, trying to swallow things. I do know that contraband can still get into jail and stuff, but they could pretty much, I'm sure, protect her and this baby until this baby's born. And then, if Leticia still wants to do what she wants to do to herself, then, I know this is mean to say, but at least this baby, this innocent baby, is protected and can be adopted out into a loving family, or at least find out who its father is. And I am going to say, I don't think we're ever going to know if Jason is or isn't the baby's father, or who is, because we're only going to hear the one side of this. I don't think there's ever going to be, Jason, maybe, I don't know, if Jason is going to come on and, say, hey, it is or isn't. You're just going to hear Leticia. Depending on if she gets jail time or not, and has no access to social media. But you're not going to, in my opinion, you're not going to hear anybody else, because it's not like a major news story. It's not in the papers. You're not going to hear anything unless something bad happens, unless she harms this baby after it's born and it makes the news, right? We hope that doesn't happen, but I feel like if these people don't get off their asses and do what they're supposed to do, or what they should do, what is morally right to do, something really bad is going to happen to this baby. But I don't think we're ever going to know. She'll say that, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, it was Jason's. It was Jason's baby. But I don't think we're ever going to know the truth. I don't think we're ever going to even know if this baby comes out healthy, or if there's anything wrong with this baby when it's born. I think we'll just get a lot of lies from Leticia. That's all we're going to get. But in my opinion, again, if anything happens to this baby, I think that, the system, someone else should be held accountable too, because they are not, in my opinion, doing their job. They've had several chances of holding her, and they're just letting her out on the street again to harm this baby once again, when she's made it clear that she wants this baby dead. And she's already attempted once, we know of. And like I said, she is putting so much ganja in this baby's system, and she is, putting herself in danger and this baby in danger just to get a hold of the ganja. And God knows what else she's doing. So I'm going to go, and we'll just see where this goes now that she is out. She's getting on social media. Like I said, I think that maybe her YouTube might have got struck, and maybe that's why she can't upload, because of the video with her swallowing the pills. That video was taken down. So maybe she got struck, maybe she didn't, but she normally will upload to YouTube, and she's not right now. She's on Instagram and Facebook. So we'll just see. Again, I am very upset that they did not arrest her at the facility when she got out. I'm sure they knew when she was getting out, They're keeping tabs on that. They know what her videos are saying, what she has done. And once again, she is out getting ganja, trying to trade her body for it, okay, putting this baby in danger, already saying if she didn't get it yesterday, right when she got out of the hospital, if she didn't get it, that she was going to make another attempt. So I'm going to go and we'll just see what happens next.